Today is Tuesday, August 27th, and this is another update on my progress beating the S&P 500 along with Bill Ackman's Pershing Square holdings. I do make these videos every Tuesday and Sunday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Since my last update, I've decided to keep my portfolio exactly the same, so I haven't made any position changes. So this is what the SPY chart looks like right now. We're pretty much in the same exact spot as we were trading at on Friday. The real important thing is that the price is still above the 5-day, which is also above the 15. From where the S&P 500 is right now, it still needs a 0.66% gain to get to the all-time high level. Nvidia does report their earnings tomorrow, and if that stock does very well, it should drive the market higher. This rectangle over here still represents where I think the SPY price is going to be right before Jerome Powell gives his Fed speech, which is going to be Wednesday, September 18th. From where we are right now, that would be a 1.82% increase to get there. I went ahead and zoomed out of the SPY chart just a little bit. This black line right here represents the 15-day moving average. I now went ahead and switched it to the 50-day moving average. When the market was going straight up, so was the moving average. When it hit this resistance level, that's when the market ended up taking a downturn. The market then had a really good recovery, and the 50-day moving average was then able to cross above all three of these trend lines. It was only able to hold above this trend line for a couple days before ultimately bouncing back down, which is the exact same time that we had this massive downturn towards the beginning of August. You can see that it bounced right off of this middle trend line, and now it's really close to retesting the third one that before it only managed to stay above it for a few days. So what you don't want to see happen is the 50-day moving average hit this trend line and then bounce back down below, because that means we're going to be in for another negative downturn. Ideally, what you'd want to see is it go above it, maintain it for a few days, and then rise even higher. So that's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on over the next week or two leading up to Jerome Powell's Fed speech. This is the first page of all my current positions, showing 13 out of 17. Right now, Costco, Nvidia, General Electric, Apple, and Goldman Sachs make up my top 5, and those account for 39.37% of my portfolio. My 4 red positions on this page, Google, Amazon, C3 AI, and Microsoft, have slipped a little bit further into the red. But like I said earlier, Nvidia does report their earnings tomorrow, and even though they're not directly related, if that stock moves higher, it should move the overall market higher as well. Costco just seems to keep moving higher and higher. Right now it's at a 14.43% gain, and it's grown itself into being my largest position right now, currently making up 8.68% of my portfolio. The only other position above 8% is Nvidia at 8.48, and this is the second page showing my remaining 4 positions. Right now I have 97.79% invested with only 2.21% sitting in cash. Since Monday, the S&P 500 had a loss of 0.12, my portfolio saw a loss of 0.78, and Pershing Square had a gain of 0.66, which brings us year to date. The S&P 500 is at a gain of 18.62. My portfolio is at a gain of 17.28, and Pershing Square on the year has a gain of 7.35. That's all I got for today. I do make these videos every Tuesday and Sunday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on Sunday.